Alright guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now for today's video we're going to be taking a look at 5 players I think will take the Premier League by storm next season. Now, of course we don't actually know what's going to happen with this season. It's something we've been talking about quite a bit. Assuming that the rest of the season isn't going to be continued and we're now kind of looking ahead to the next season, 2020-21, I thought it would be a good idea to have a look at some of the players that are in the league right now who could really shine in the new campaign. Now of course there are going to be plenty of transfers, or you'd assume there'll be plenty of transfers in this summer, so of course we can't account for them because we don't know who they're going to be, or at least for the most part. And for this video I've tried to have a little bit of a mix with players who play for top 6 clubs or big 6 clubs, and ones who are sort of outside of that bracket, so maybe lower down the table. But before we get into it, do make sure you have hit that subscribe button. My target is 1,000 subscribers. I mean, it's going to take a while, but it's the first big milestone, so the sooner we get there the better, and you're going to help me massively by turning that red button down there into a white button. It's free, it takes a second, and it helps me massively. Right, starting off with Bruno Fernandez at Manchester United. Now he came in the January transfer window from Sporting Club de Portugal and has looked, to be honest, very impressive. He's hit the ground running, 3 goals and 4 assists in his first 9 Premier League appearances for United, which saw him caught Premier League Player of the Month for February. Now, whether you think he deserved it, obviously let me know. I thought it was a bit stingy myself. Now he turns 26 in September, meaning he is reaching his peak as midfielder, so it seems like he's only going to get better, which is obviously very exciting for Man United fans. He's adapted to the league very comfortably, and so it doesn't seem like there's going to be any problems there coming into next season. Now of course we don't actually know who's going to be Manchester United manager next season, whether it's going to be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer if he's kept on, or whether United are going to go for a more elite coach, a coach with more calibre. Personally, I think that would be the correct thing to do. I think Solskjaer's done well enough, arguably overachieved or met expectations, but it just doesn't seem like he's going to take United to that next level, and they need to get a new coach. And if they can get one of those sort of high calibre elite managers, Fernandez could be exceptional. Creative presence, scoring goals as well. I mean, he could be excellent next season. Now next up I've put Dominic CalvertLewin. CalvertLewin has had his best season ever this season for Everton, scoring 13 Premier League goals in 27 appearances, which for any striker is a decent tally, but the fact that he's 23 is pretty exciting. And now that's not exciting just for Everton fans, it's exciting for England fans as well. He could be one of the main strikers going to the Euros next summer, who knows. Definitely seems good enough to become a 20 goal a season striker, if not scoring more a season. And with Carlo Ancelotti having a full pre-season with his Everton squad in the summer and starting from the beginning of the season instead of coming in midway through, he'll know his players even better. He'll obviously have a say on the transfers. Everton could be a decent side next year, and they could have Calvert-Lewin spearheading the attack, scoring who knows how many goals. Like I said, he's 23, so he's only going to get better. He could be one of the Premier League's better strikers, who knows. Next up I've put Nicolas Pepe. Now it's fair to say I think that he's had an underwhelming start to life at Arsenal and in England after a record-breaking £70 million move from Lille. However, he has shown promise. He scored 4 goals and made 6 assists in 24 Premier League appearances this season. Oh, the light, man. Ugh. Like I was saying, 4 goals and 6 assists in 24 Premier League appearances this season. It's not a bad tally given the fact that also at times he's been on the bench, and you know, it's been a very difficult season for Arsenal overall. The start with Unai Emery didn't go to plan, and Mikel Arteta's still learning as a manager. He's still finding his feet. However, Arteta has made Arsenal a better side, and they could be more of a force to be reckoned with next season in my opinion, and you know, Pepe could be a big part of that. He turns 25 in a few weeks, meaning like with Fernandez he's nearing his peak as a winger. You know, you'd have to say given his age he's only going to get better still. He's still young, and so if Arsenal do improve all round next season, you know, maybe they get a few players in, and obviously they've got Arteta from the very start, like with Everton and Ancelotti. You know, that would make a massive difference. They'll have a real clear identity how Arteta wants them to play, and you know, Pepe could play a very, very big role in that, and as a result become a better player. It seems like there's a lot of talent there. There's the reason why Arsenal paid all that money for him, and so Arteta could be the one to unlock that potential, and he could become one of the better wingers in the Premier League. He could become the next Alexis Sanchez for Arsenal, who knows. Moving on to the 4th player, I have put Jack Grealish. Now, we don't know who Jack Grealish is. Now, we don't know if Aston Villa are going to be a Premier League team next season. It seems like they might be, given the fact that everyone's going to stay up and we're going to cancel the season. However, it's almost certain that Jack Grealish will be a Premier League player. He's attracted interest from numerous clubs, the top clubs, Manchester United being one of them, and so being in a much better side, a much more competitive side, full of much better Premier League talent, Grealish could really thrive next season. Now he's proved to be one of England's most exciting prospects, even though he hasn't even been called up yet. 7 goals and 6 assists in 26 Premier League appearances for Villa, who are 19th in the league, haven't scored that many goals. He's been their key player by far. Returning to the Premier League has looked like a piece of cake for him, really. He's adapted well. He didn't really do much in the Premier League when he was a youngster, when he first made his debut for Villa as like an 18, 19-year-old. Now he's back a couple of years later, he's grown, he's matured, he's the captain, and he's got the end product as well. Now I think everyone forgets how young he actually is. He's 24 years old, meaning like with these other players I've mentioned, he's only going to improve. Like I said before, in a better team, no disrespect to Aston Villa, but in a Manchester United, I don't know, maybe in Arsenal, whoever he goes to, he'll be in a team that dominates more games, creates more chances, and importantly, scores more goals, which is something that will make him a much better player. If he signs for one of these clubs, without a doubt, he can become one of the league's elite midfielders. And last but not least, I've gone with Adama Traore. Now this could be a bit of a controversial one. I feel like he does get a decent amount of plaudits, but I think we can expect to see a lot more from Adama Traore over the next year or two. Now before he joined Wolves in 2018, he was a bit of a flop. Didn't do well at Villa, didn't do well at Middlesbrough, but joining Wolves in 2018, he's proved that he can actually live up to the Premier League standard. He's received a lot of praise, mainly for how dense he is, and he says that he doesn't lift weights. I'm not buying it myself, but he's been a huge presence for Wolves this season. Has been a massive part of why they're now in 6th place. He's been one of the key creators for that team, recording 7 assists in his 28 Premier League appearances. However, it's the goal tally that's arguably lacking. 4 goals in the Premier League this season. You would have thought that maybe he'd scored more, especially given the fact that Wolves scored quite a few goals. And that's where I think he can definitely improve. End product. He's essentially a running brick wall. He's so quick, so strong, that he's a real danger for any fullback, any defender in the league. And so if he can work on his end product, score a few more goals, maybe record a few more assists, he will be one of the league's best wingers without a doubt. What's also quite exciting if you're a Wolves fan about Adama Traore is he's only just 24. He's younger than Grealish. I know they don't play in the same position, but they're still sort of attack-minded players. And so it's only going to go up for Traore, I think. And especially in that Wolves side that seems to improve year upon year, he could be a very dangerous player for Wolves next season. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Let me know in the comment section below whether you agree or disagree with the players I've mentioned, or give your own suggestions. Who else do you think could take the league by storm next season? If you have enjoyed it, leave it a like and make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss any other videos. Follow me on my socials and I'll see you for the next one.